Hi, Kayla. Glad to see you in here too. How are you guys doing today? Can you guys hear me okay? Give me a thumbs up. Is the music too loud? Yeah? Okay, good. Good. How's energy today, guys? Hi. Energy's great. Awesome. That's an awesome thing. Ash, you're in Winnipeg. What's your weather like there? Do you guys have some nice sunny weather today like we do finally, or is it still miserable? Hi, Jen. Hi, Bolty. How are you guys doing? Where's energy at? What are we working with today? All right. Snow? No! We just had some again. Today's our first kind of nice sunny day in a little bit, but it's Calgary, so we'll be getting more snow any minute probably. All right, guys, we are at go time. So what you guys are gonna need today for your strength is whatever you guys have been using for your weights, like dumbbells or whatever you use in place of dumbbells, other household items you have. You guys are going to need a band, which is optional. So you guys, I'll give you the heads up when it's time for that. But if you have a resistance band, go grab it and then you'll have the option handy. And then, yeah, I think we're just gonna get right into it. So today's strength, we've got 3 circuits. Each circuit has 4 exercises in it. We're gonna make today pretty quick and dirty. So the first one we're going through twice, everything else we're going through 3 times, and then you guys are out. So let's get a warm up going. Start with our nice slow body weight squats. Start to get the wheels greased a little bit. Pushing those knees out. If you guys have any knee pain when you're squatting, one really quick way to kind of fix that is to make sure you're shooting your bum back behind you, as opposed to just trying to like fold into yourself. If you shoot that bum back and then bend your knees, that usually relieves things for people pretty quickly. All right, we're gonna start picking the tempo up again. Keep going, guys. I always forget to crack the window and then I'm starting to die before we're even done warm up. Keep squatting. All right, pick up the tempo a little bit. Now I want you guys to think about squeezing into the fronts of your thighs when you stand up. So we're gonna start to activate your quads and get those guys working for us. A couple more like that. So you're really just imagining taking those quads, the muscles on the fronts of your thighs, and hugging your kneecap as you're standing. Good. All right, now we're gonna do the same kind of idea, but with your glutes. So stand up and squeeze those glutes under, clench, start to wake those guys up. Good, keep going, guys. Starting to get a little bit warmer. Body and the brain start getting ready for this. All right, into side lunges. So I want you guys to shoot your bums back behind you and then just switching sides, side to side. Okay, so I like doing this one with you guys because it's mobilizing our hips at the same time as starting to warm those glutes and those legs up. And our bodies also are not used to moving in a lateral way, side to side. We usually do a lot of linear, forward and backward stuff. So this is really, really important that we get some of this kind of movement in as well. Good, a couple more here. All right, take those arms, big circles. So we've got some overhead pressing happening today. A lot of my clients have like neck and shoulder stuff going on. So if you're one of those people, I would recommend going a little bit lighter for anything overhead. And if you start to feel any kind of discomfort, then drop the weight and use body weight. And if that's still uncomfortable, then just skip the exercise. But I'll give you guys a heads up once we get to it. So all I'm doing here is some gentle circumduction for those shoulders, forward and backwards on each side. A couple more here, guys, and then up. So I'm getting after the shoulders a little bit more just because I know they're gonna get hammered a little bit today. Okay, that stuff is warm. Now we're gonna get the glutes and the abs fired up just a little bit more. So you're gonna find a spot on the floor. Have a lay down. So just like we activated your quads and your glutes, we're gonna activate your abs a little bit now. So if you guys have been doing any of these workouts, you're familiar with squishing your back flat into the ground. So all I want you to do is just relax. So you feel that space in between your lower back and the floor, and then use that area of your abs from belly button downwards to squish it flat. Squeeze it and release. So nothing is happening from your hips down. Pretend you have no legs and no glutes. It's just all this tiny little area right there that's tilting back and down, okay? So we're really trying to get that part on. If you're feeling any strain in your lower back when you do this, focus more on this part right here. Imagine your hips are like a sink and you got them full of water, and you're gonna tilt the water back into your belly button. Couple more here. Okay, we're gonna level this up a little bit. So knees are up now. You're gonna stack your knees directly over your hips. If you bring them too close to your body, nothing is working. So take them away so that things in here have to start turning on, and you're just gonna squish that flat and release. Flat and release. So I'm actually not doing anything to move my legs. It's just a matter of my abs releasing and contracting, and it's bringing the legs along for the ride. Okay, so you're still trying to squish everything flat into the ground. There shouldn't even be enough room for a breath of air to get underneath your back. Okay, we're gonna get a couple more of these. I want you to really etch this into your mind, because one of the last exercises we have today is really dependent on you understanding how to make this movement happen. So really think about what you're doing here. We'll get one more. All right, single leg glute bridges. So regular glute bridge, but one leg is up. Dig your elbows into the ground. And we're just gonna pump through the floor. Focus on getting this guy turned on and alive. Frank is slowly approaching. Okay, a couple more here, guys. And switch. Good. Really push through the floor. And we'll get 3 more. 1, 2, 3. All right, warm up, done. So reminder, scale of 1 to 10. 1 is you're sitting in bed doing nothing. That's how hard you're working. 5 is like a warm up. You could keep talking to me like this and go on forever and ever and ever. And then 10 is you're working so hard you're gonna drop dead. I don't want you guys at a 10 today. I don't want you guys really at anything below a 7. So if your first set, you kind of feel like you're just getting to a 7, that's fine. But by the time we get into the second circuit, I want you guys working a little bit harder. So I'll check in with you guys, but that's kind of your roadmap for where we're at. So go ahead and grab weights that you would consider to be light to medium, and we'll go through our first set with that. And then if you want to up the weights on our next round, you are more than welcome to do that. I'm just gonna get our timer set up. We have got 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, guys. So, preview. We're gonna do our little learn and burn. Exercise number 1 in this circuit is seated overhead press. So I'm just gonna show you the upper body first. You're gonna have your dumbbells resting on the fronts of your shoulders like so, and your elbows are staying up nice and tall. So you can do this with or without weight right now while you're practicing, but check this out. If I let my back relax, these guys are gonna fall forward. It's way easier that way, but that's not what we're going for. So really cinch in through that back to get these up, and that's where they're gonna live, all right? So this is home base. Then when you press, they're gonna come up. You wanna try and straighten your arms all the way, so nothing bent. You want them in nice and close. And then the other part is, I see a lot of the time people kind of come out in front like this. Think about getting your arm behind your ear a little bit. That's gonna lock things in right into that shoulder blade pocket. You'll feel it, and it's gonna help you engage more in through here, okay? So you're popping it straight up and not out, okay? The last piece of this puzzle, which is really important, is to think about keeping your abs on. So anytime something goes overhead, this area gets stretched out, and it's harder for us to contract and keep them turned on. So I'm gonna show you how you can do that. So we've talked about taking that really deep exhale to get those ribs pinned down. So check this out. Not doing anything, now I'm gonna go, and you can just see everything gets locked and loaded here. Now my abs are on. So that's the feeling that I want you guys to maintain while you're pressing, okay? So that's top half. Bottom half is, this is where things get a little bit gnarly, so bear with me. Your legs are sticking straight out in front of you. You can have a slight bend in them, but they're not up here, they're out. This is just gonna make it much more challenging for your core to work to get you into that overhead position. So this is what's going on. Press and down. You will feel a huge difference in your abs and your back when you do it this way. All right, so that's number one, your seated overhead press. Number two is kneels to front squat. So we're back in this same position with our dumbbells. You are starting on the ground in a kneeling position, and you're gonna stay low, step up, step down, step down. Now we're switching sides. Step up, down, down. So I am staying super low the entire time. That's number two. Number three in our first circuit is overhead reverse lunges. This is the one where you can choose to use your dumbbells or a band. So I'm gonna show you with the band first. If you've got a band, grab it so that you've got enough tension where this position, where you're gonna have like kind of like a V with your arms, feels like some work. And then you're gonna take your armpits and you're gonna turn them to face me. Okay, so not out to the side, forward. So you can see the whole point of that. This does not turn on right here, and now it is, okay? So regardless of whether you've got the band or your dumbbells, that's what you're trying to achieve. Top half is stuck here, bottom half, reverse lunge, and together. Reverse lunge, and together. If you've got your dumbbells, same concept, they're just up by your ears, reverse lunge, together, okay? That's number three. And number four, quick alternating bent over rows. So I'm gonna show you just the row first, and then I'll show you the alternating part. So you're gonna have a neutral grip, so your palms are gonna face each other. When you're doing your bent over row, you're in a bent over position. You're not rounding through your back here, okay? So chest is up, and you can have a slight bend in your knees. That's gonna help you kind of stay in that bent over position if you've got tight hamstrings. You're gonna take your dumbbell and pull it in. So just so you can see, my elbow's not coming way out here. Everything is scraping in nice and close. And what I'm imagining doing is taking my shoulder blades, here's my shoulder blades, as I'm rowing in, I'm bringing my shoulder blades in towards my spine, okay? So this equals shoulder blade into spine. When you're alternating, it's the same idea, you're just going 1, 2. So left shoulder blade, right shoulder blade. Or, that's what that reminds me of, okay? That's it. So that's circuit number one. So go ahead and get ready, guys. We are starting with our seated press. So this circuit, I want you guys to work up to at least the level 7. Don't go ham yet, but don't slack either. My phone just locked me out, hang on. All right, get ready. Here's our 5-second warning. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Press up and down. Make sure that your ribs are pinned down. Your belly button is pulled right in towards your spine. Okay? When your shoulders, or sorry, whatever those things are, your hands come down to your shoulders, you're gonna make sure that you're not slouching through your upper back. Okay, so I'm gonna turn to the side so you have this angle. So check out how much my chest is still up to the sky the entire time. We've got 17 seconds, guys. Punching it straight up. Okay, everything's in nice and close. Elbows straight, elbows bent. Lock out, bend. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good job. All right, we got just under 15 seconds to chill a little bit, which will be nice on those shoulders because even though we're going into squats next, the position that we have the dumbbells in is still gonna work them. 3 seconds, kneeling squats. Here we go. So 1, 2, down, 2, then we're switching. Stay nice and low. The first couple of these might be okay. And you're gonna find out really quick that it gets real. Good, so my shoulders are liberating already. I want you guys to think about stepping up and pushing through the fronts of your thighs. So you're pushing the floor away through the fronts of your legs every time you stand. So push, push. Good, don't forget about your abs. Make sure you're pulling the belly buttons in. You got 5 seconds, guys. 3, 2, all right. Overhead, reverse lunges. So band or dumbbells. Get ready, 8-second warning. Up here, armpits are forward, shoulders are locked down. Here we go. Step back and together. So this is all about control, all right? We are really putting the body to the test right now. The further our arms and legs are from our midsection, the harder it is for our bodies to stay stable, and the more core we have to use. So we're taking a movement that's already challenging, the single leg lunge, and we're upping the ante quite a bit. Good. So from behind, I'm almost taking that knee and touching it to the ground, but not quite. There's like, I'm aiming to get like a sheet of paper basically. All right, driving up to that front foot. Abs are on, guys, don't forget about those. One more. Good job. All right, last one. We're getting ready for those bent over rows, alternating. 10-second warning. So get that nice bent over position. Hold core in. 3 seconds. Here we go. Left shoulder blade, right. Left, right. Every time you're pulling that shoulder blade in, the dumbbell is coming along for a ride. But it's the shoulder blade that initiates the movement, not the arm. Get it in as close to the spine as you can. You can even imagine taking it and diagonally drawing it down into the opposite back pocket. You really want to feel this right around your bra strap. Good. Now in this position, anytime you're bent over, super easy to forget about the abs and let everything hang out. So make sure that you've got some compression in there. Pull belly button slightly away from waistband and rest. Good job. All right, that was round 1. 1 to 10, where are you at? So you shouldn't be dying right now, but we should definitely be higher than a 6. So if you're not there, now's your chance. As we go through this second round, I want you guys getting in towards like an 8 or so out of 10. So if you need to up the weight, now's your chance. Grab a quick sip. And we're moving on. I think I'm gonna add a little bit more weight this time too. I'm gonna be regretting it when I'm in those squats, but it'll be worth it. All right, guys. Start getting ready for round 2. Have a seat for those the overhead presses, the seated presses. Here's our 5-second warning. So you guys know what to expect this time, so you can really give her a little bit extra. Here we go. Up and down, so with control. Really think about nailing every portion of this movement. So I'm a huge stickler about technique with my clients, and it makes such a huge difference. And now, like, I fully trust that all of my clients can go and work out on their own, make their own workouts, and be safe and super effective because they've learned amazing technique and have built a great foundation. So that's what I want for you guys who are joining us here too. I think that self-sufficiency is so important. And if you know what to do, you know how things are supposed to feel, you can make anything work. All right, good job. Get ready for the kneeling squats. 9-second warning, guys. Get those dumbbells up. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Push, push, down, down, push, push, down, down. Don't let your back and your shoulders get lazy here. It is tempting, I know, but keep those elbows up high and nips up to the sky. Focus on making the work happen through your legs. We are more than halfway there, guys. Push it, push it, push it. Oh my God, my delts are on fire. 10 seconds. 8 seconds to go, guys. Fight it. Last little chunk. Let's get one more. Good job, and down. Nice. All right, overheads. So grab your bands or your dumbbells, and we're getting ready for those reverse lunges. 5-second warning. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Lock everything in place. If you're doing the wide ones like I am, I want you to pull down and out against the band. It's gonna give you a little extra engagement. Regardless of where you are in space, whether you're at the top, the bottom, or in between, your abs are locked and loaded. Okay, do not let anything wiggle around in there. Strong. If I was to come and punch you in the stomach, you'd be rock hard, all right? Brace it. 10 seconds, guys. 7 to go. Push through the front of that heel. 3 seconds. 2, let's get one more. Done, good job. All right, a couple seconds to rest. Get ready for your alternating bent over rows. 5-second warning, guys. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Boom, boom. Alternating sides, squeeze, squeeze. Pulling that shoulder blade in as tightly as you can towards the spine. You're gonna scrape your ribs with your elbow as you're pulling back. Your back is working hard, not just to pull these in towards you, but also to keep your chest up. So you should feel lots of action happening around that bra strap, maybe even a little bit below, but you shouldn't feel any strain happening in your low back. It should mostly be in the mid part. 6 seconds, guys, hang in there. Give it a good squeeze. Make it count, don't just go through the motion. Finish up, one more. Done, good job. All right, that was circuit 2, or sorry, round 2 of circuit 1. Where are we at? Are we closer to an 8 now? If not, you guys, get on it. That's what we're here for. Push it, it's gonna be done before you know it. All right, if you need water, grab it. That's it for our warm-up circuit. We're going into it now. So next one we do, we're gonna go through 3 times. So here's our learn and burn. First thing is a single arm dumbbell snatch. So I'm gonna break this down because it's kind of technical. So you're gonna start with your dumbbell on the ground, and if you haven't done these before, start with something light until you get the hang of it, okay? So dumbbell's gonna be on the ground. You're gonna bend your knees so that you can touch this dumbbell and still have your chest up. So even at the lowest point, I'm not rounding through my back. That's really important. Okay, and then I'm gonna drive through my legs until I get to about my knees. And at my knees, I'm gonna snap my bum through. Arm comes up like this into like a chicken wing, and then you're gonna punch it up into that overhead press. So let's break that down again, okay? So I'm down here, chest is up. I'm gonna push through my legs. The dumbbell's staying nice and close. As soon as I get to my knees, my bum's coming through, elbows coming up, punch. All right, from the front, it's going. Elbow up, punch. And all that's happening here, I am standing on like my flat feet, basically, and then as soon as this elbow comes up, I'm thinking about catching it or hopping down. You can even, if there's no one below you, you can stomp. I find that's a really great cue for people to hit that snatch. So we're doing alternating snatches. So what it's gonna look like is one side, snatch, bring it back down. Other side, snatch, bring it back down. So even when I'm lowering it, I'm doing it with control. I'm basically going in reverse of how I got it back up. So it comes from punch to elbow to down. Okay, those are your snatches. Exercise number 2, squat into Romanian deadlift. So we're back to this awesome front rack position with the dumbbells. You're coming down into a nice deep squat. As you stand up, you're gonna turn your feet inwards just a little bit. Dumbbells come down, and then you're going into your Romanian deadlift. Back to squat, into deadlift, okay? So from the side, you're doing squat, feet come in, deadlift. Squat, deadlift. Exercise number 3. Oh, I did this. Why did I do this to us? Okay, exercise number 3, we are doing push up into bow and arrow row. So for these ones, you're probably gonna wanna use something a little bit lighter in terms of weight. You're gonna have, I'm just getting my dumbbells set up, guys, just give me 2 seconds here. All right, you're gonna have one dumbbell in each hand. You can do your push-ups from your knees or from your toes. So you're doing push up. As you come up, you're going to bring your elbow in like you're getting ready to pull a bow and arrow. And then you're gonna punch it up to the sky, back down, and down. Then we're gonna go on the other side. Push up, bow and arrow, punch, and down. Okay, the same thing can be done from your knees. So if you're doing it from your knees, you're going to push up, keep your buns really clenched here, side and down. All right. Then we've got one more in this side lunge to dumbbell touchdown. So just like what we did in the warm up with our side lunges, you're going to step out, touch your dumbbells all the way down to the floor, power off that outside foot, come back into center. And I'm running out of room here, but then you're going to go the other way. Okay. So every time those dumbbells have to touch the ground, and every time they touch, you're resisting the urge to round through that upper back. You're keeping your back nice and straight, chest up to the sky. All right, let's get ready. Last chance for water if you need. And we are going into it. So the first thing you guys have are those alternating snatches. So again, if this is your first time doing them, I'd do something a little bit lighter than what you're used to. I'm just gonna use the kettlebell so I don't have to keep switching my weights out, but don't let that throw you guys off. All right, 5-second warning. 3, 2, 1, go. Snatch and down, switch. Really make sure that you're punching that dumbbell, boom, straight up to the sky. Okay, it's almost like a mix between a squat and a deadlift at the bottom, but you're imagining powering that weight up through the air using your legs. Your arms are just kind of like a steering wheel. They're not doing that much work. The power comes from your legs. So push that floor away. At the top, when you're punching your arm up, at the same time as you punch, you should get maximum butt clench. So clench and down. Clench and down. Let's get one more. Nice job, guys. All right, moving on. We've got squat into Romanian deadlifts. So nice front squat position. 5-second warning. Oh, my hair is full out blinding me. All right, here we go. So squat, knees come in or feet come in. Deadlift. On your squats, push your knees out. Make room for your body to come through. On your deadlifts, really think about keeping that chest up nice and high, keeping those dumbbells stuck to the sides of your body. Push to the floor, push to the floor. Now at the squat here, I want you to think about using the fronts of your thighs to stand and give it a good squeeze. On the deadlift, you're using the backs of your thighs and your buns. 10 seconds. Backs, back to the front. Good, guys, you've got 3 seconds. Let's finish up strong and rest. Good job. All right, push-up time. All right, push-up, bow and arrow. Get ready. 5-second warning. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Push-up, bow and arrow. As you're clenching, try to bring those shoulder blades to meet each other behind you. And whatever the bottom butt cheek is, tuck that guy right underneath you so you're almost becoming two-dimensional. When you are doing your push-up, on the way down, lead with your nips. On the way up, lead with your belly button. That's gonna help keep everything nice and straight. 10 seconds. Good job, guys. Last little chunk here. Push it, push it. 3 seconds, and rest. Good job. Okay, getting ready for your side-to-side lunges with those touchdowns. 8-second warning, guys. So you can go a little heavier for these. 3 seconds. We're gonna step out that way first. Bum goes back. Here we go. And touch, and switch. Touch, and switch. So I am driving powerfully off the outside edge of that outside foot. Bum is back. Good. Chest is still staying up, no matter where you are. Really resist the urge to relax and round through your upper back. We want nips right up to the sky. So shoulder blades are drawn in just like on those rows. Good. All right, now let's pay attention to the abs, especially as you're bending over. Belly button pulls slightly away from your waistband. Let's get one more. All right, good job. Circuit 2, round 1 of 3, done. Where are we at? Anyone getting to that level 8 yet? Anyone below level 8? If you are, you're slacking. All right, guys, grab a quick sip. If you need to adjust your weights, now's the time. And we're gonna go into round 2 really quick here. Alrighty, let's get after it. Alternating snatches. 5-second warning. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Punch it and down, switch, punch and down. Use your glutes and your legs as your powerhouse. Okay, at the bottom here, imagine that you are a spring and you're fully loaded, and then you release the spring and all of that power goes into punching your dumbbell or your kettlebell straight up to the sky. So from the side, you can see how tight everything is. I have nothing wiggling around. It's all right by my ear, just like in those seated presses that we did at the beginning. Glutes should be working hard for you. Abs should be working hard. And done. Good job. All right, squats into deadlifts. 7 seconds. These guys are starting on your shoulder. 3-second warning, guys. All right, let's do it. So knees out, squeeze with the fronts of your thighs, bum back, squeeze with the backs of your thighs. Knees get squeezed, glutes get squeezed. Good. Chest is up. You do not need to go as fast as I'm going if it prevents you from feeling everything in the areas that you need to feel. That's one thing, not to put like group exercise down because it's awesome, but when you go to the classes at the gyms, that's one of my qualms, is that it's just not humanly possible to keep good form and technique when you're moving that quickly. Even I can't do that. So here's your chance to really lock it in. Let's finish up. Good. All right. Push-ups with your bow and arrows. All right, guys, let's get ready. 3-second warning. 2, 1, here we go. Push up, in, and punch. Lead with your nips. On the way down. As you're punching up, whatever butt cheek is closest to the floor is the one that is squeezing under hard. Good. Even on the way down, those glutes need to be clenched like crazy. All right? You got 15 seconds. Squeeze through everything on the way up. Powerfully push that floor away. Almost there, guys. 7 seconds to go. Push it. Last chunk. And done. Good. All right. Side to side lunges with your touchdowns. 7-second warning. All right. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1. Stepping out to the side, bum back. Dumbbells touch. Power off. Power off. Okay, for the next few reps, I want you to just focus, squeezing your shoulder blades in together, gluing them in towards your spine, no matter what position you're in, okay? Let everything else just do what it's gonna do right now, and just focus on locking that part of your body in. We'll break it down. Okay, shoulder blades in. Now I want you guys to think about that plus the abs. So ribs are down, you're hugging the baby in, or hugging your internal organs in, so nothing is spilling out over the ground. Almost there, and rest. Good job. All right, round 2, done. Where's everybody at? No one's at a 7 anymore. People should all be definitely at an 8, maybe getting to an 8.5. So here's the deal. We've got one more round through this circuit. This is our last full body circuit. Our finality that we're gonna do after is not gonna be as intense as this. It's gonna be more accessory movements, isolation stuff for smaller muscle groups. So this is your last chance to really sweat and get a lot out of those big movers that burn lots of calories and do lots of big things for your body. So do not waste this chance, all right? Last chance for a sip. And we're going. Alrighty. Go ahead and get your dumbbell or your kettlebell, whatever you're using, ready for your snatches. And here's our 5-second warning, guys. Last one here. 2, 1, here we go. Punch. Remember, the punch and the butt clench happen at the same time. Power through those legs. Imagine that your arms don't even exist and you have to somehow get that weight up there using just your legs. Okay? Chest is up, abs are in tight. So remember at the beginning when we did those seated overhead press and we talked about keeping your ribs down to engage your abs, same idea. As soon as that kettlebell's overhead or that dumbbell's overhead, those ribs have to be glued down hard. So let's try that for a couple reps. Finish up. Let's get one more. Done. Nice walk work. Nice block work. All right. Squats into deadlifts. 5-second warning, guys. Get those arms up. 2, 1. Here we go. And in. So on the squat, we're focusing on the fronts of our thighs, making sure that part's doing the work, giving them an extra squeeze at the top. On the deadlifts, we're trying to get the hamstrings, the backs of the thighs, and your glutes to do all that work. So give everything a little extra squeeze at the top of the movement. Really signal to your brain what it is that you're trying to accomplish in terms of what muscles you're trying to turn on the most. All right, we got 10 seconds, guys. Good. Chest stays up. No matter what position you're in, those shoulder blades are glued. 3 seconds, almost there. Done. Good job. All right, last set of push-ups. You guys have just over 10 seconds to catch your breath a little bit. Get ready to crush this, all right? If you've been doing them from your knees, I want you to try at least one from your toes. Let's do it. Push up. Punch. Quality is the name of the game here, guys. Take your time. Do it as best as you can. We're not about just flying through the motions. We want to maximize every single portion of every movement. That's what makes things so efficient, right? This workout could take twice as long and we could get half out of it. But because we're being so intentional about doing things properly, we don't need to mess around with extra time. 5 seconds. Push it. That one was tough. And rest. Good job. All right. Final one in the circuit, guys. You got your side-to-side lunges, your dumbbell touchdowns. Let's get ready. 5-second warning. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Bum back and touch. So last time we broke it down, we focused on those shoulder blades first. Then we added in the abs. So let's get caught up to speed. Get those shoulder blades locked in. Add those abs in. All right, now I want you to focus on not letting those dumbbells fly around. Lock them into place. You're in charge of them, not the other way around. Good. All right, now let's add that power through your lower body. Women are extra strong through their legs and their glutes. So let's use it. Push that floor away. Boom. Couple more here, guys. Second last one. Here we go. Done. Awesome work. Very well done. Okay, that was that one. You guys have a quick second to rest. Then we're gonna do our learn and burn for our final circuit. And then you're out. Any questions for me while I'm checking out the screen? You guys have like 5 seconds and they're sweating my eyeball and it feels so awesome. All right, let's do it then. So these ones, you're gonna want something lighter, okay? Don't be a hero here, otherwise you will miss out on all the goodness. If you start feeling anything in these muscles here on your neck, the weight is too heavy. So go light and be intentional, you'll get out of this what you need. So the first thing we're gonna do are in and out bicep curls. So like we've done with bicep curls before in these classes, your elbows need to be glued to the fronts of your ribs, okay? So from the side, it should look like that, not this. I'm using this part as like the bench to put my elbows on. So they're gonna be glued. The first part of this, you're going up and down, and then you're gonna angle them out. So still, my elbows are glued as much as they can be in this position, then up, down, angle in. So this one, and then this one, okay? From the side, here, and here. That's number one. Buzzer goes. Number two, laying tricep extensions. We did these ones maybe last week in strength. My triceps felt amazing afterwards. That's super sarcastic. So they're coming back because obviously there's some strength that needs to get caught up in there. So you can use 1 or 2 dumbbells. I'm gonna show you both ways. Here's with 2. Laying flat on the ground, feet are on the ground as well. Arms go straight up, and then you're gonna angle them back a little bit, and that is where they're going to live. So your shoulders do not move now. All the movement is bending your elbows so that the dumbbells come down towards your ear, and then straightening them. Bend and straighten. And here's the clincher. When you bring them up, they are coming back into this diagonal position, not up here. You will feel way more work here, okay? Last little piece of that, with your arms, you do not want your dumbbells flying apart from each other. Imagine you've got about the width of another dumbbell in between each hand, okay? Super important. If you're having trouble doing that, or if the weights are too heavy, or if you're feeling any pain in your elbow, ditch one and just use a single dumbbell and hold it in either side. Same rules apply, and that's gonna keep your elbows perfect width apart from each other, and it will help keep them feeling better as well, all right? So that's number 2. Number 3, front to side delt raises. So these are the ones you guys are definitely gonna wanna go a little lighter if you have any neck stuff going on. If it still bugs you with weight, ditch the weight altogether and just do it with body weight. So the front part of these, I want you to imagine having a string right here, and that is just gonna pull your arm up. So right from this little muscle in here, okay? And then on the second part of it, we're coming down and we're going out to the side. So now there's a muscle right here, and that's where the string is pulling out. So front and side. My arms are not completely locked out at all. I have a slight bend in those elbows, okay? And the third piece of this puzzle is that this does not have to be high. You can bring them to slightly below shoulder height. So here's shoulder height, here's slightly below, all right? So with your dumbbells, you're coming front and down, side and down, okay? Front, down, side, down. That's number 3. And the last one are plank sags. I made these up, they're killer. So you're gonna hit the ground into a kneeling plank position. Remember at the beginning when we were doing our ab activation, and I told you that was gonna come in handy later, this is what I was talking about. So you wanna think about, before you even hit the deck, if you have this arch in your back here, and we use that part of your abs from belly button and down to pull in and get rid of the arch, that's what's gonna be happening on the floor. So another way to think of this, just try this standing with me, is imagine right here, like your pelvis is filled with water, and when we're standing in that kind of relaxed duck butt position where we have that arch, the water is pouring up the front. Now we need to use the part from belly button and below to dump or tip that water back up in to the belly button. So pour it out, dump it in. Pour it out the front, pull it back into center, okay? So that's the position you're gonna try to recreate on the ground. So here's what that looks like. From your elbows, you're just gonna relax on the ground. So everything is chilling out, like I'm not doing any kind of work right now. And then all I'm gonna do is take that part from belly button and below and scoop it up and into my belly button. So hips come up, and then I'm giving it an extra crunch. So compressing that space from ribs to hips, and then down. So it looks like a super tiny insignificant movement, but if you're doing this right, like I'm shaking from 2 reps, okay? So it's pretty substantial once you figure out how to engage those properly. And luckily for you, you'll have like a million reps today to figure it out. So let's get ready for bicep curls. All right, guys, this is our homeward stretch. In and out curls. 5-second warning. Elbows are in front. Here we go. So up, slowly lower, angle them out. When you're coming down, I want you to try and get that full range of motion. So no stopping here, come all the way down. Whoops, what am I doing? There we go. Multitasking, not my forte. Keeping those elbows glued. So even when we're turning our arms in and out, we're not just using the biceps, we're starting to engage different parts of our shoulders as well. So all about efficiency, all about getting as much done in one fell swoop as possible. Good, things should be starting to feel the feels. 3 seconds. Good job. All right, time for laying tricep extensions. So flat on the ground, feet flat, arms up, angle them back a little bit, and here we go. Down to the ears and squeeze. Ears, squeeze. Keep your belly button glued to the floor. Your abs do not get to take a vacation. Just because the arms are the spotlight right now does not mean the abs get to go to sleep. Okay, so you should feel this a lot through the backs of your arms. You want to think about taking the muscles on the backs of your arms and hugging your elbows straight with them. Give those elbows a check. Make sure that they're not flying away from each other. Keep them in nice and close. It's hardest to do that at the bottom of the movement, so really pay attention there. Good. Getting close, guys. 2, 1. Good job. All right, up we go for our delt raises. So front to side. Here's our 9-second warning. Set everything. Glutes are on. 5 seconds. 2, 1. All right, here we go. So front, side. So your delts, the muscles on your shoulders, there's 3 heads on them. So there's one in the front, one on the side, and one on the back. As we're lifting up to the front, we're using the one in the front. And as we're pulling up to the side, we're using the one on the side. And when you guys were doing your in and out bicep curls, we were using the one in the back to anchor those elbows. So we're getting all 3 of them. Neck should be out of this, all right? So think about getting your head as far away from your shoulders as you can. Nice long neck, all in the shoulders. Glutes are tucked under, ribs are down. Let's get one more in each position. Done, good job. All right, time for plank legs. So on the ground, resting on your elbows. Everything's relaxed. 2, 1. All right, scooping up and in with a little crunch at the top, and then relax. Once you figure it out, you can up the tempo on this a little bit. You're basically doing a forward-facing crunch. So every time your hips come up and in towards your belly button, you're also going to compress the space between your ribs and your hips, just like an accordion. On the way down, you stretch it, you dump the water. On the way up, you pull the water back in and compress. Oh my God, for real? All right, squeeze it, guys. Belly button right into spine. Oh, this is so brutal right now. Almost there. Pull it in. Last little chunk. Compress that space. Pull that water back up and in. Scoop, scoop, scoop. They're called plank sags or hip scoops for a reason. Think about sagging and scooping. Last little bit. Where's my timer at? All right, we're done. I don't know why I didn't hear that, but we definitely went longer than what the timer was supposed to be, so bonus for us, I guess. All right, we're going back into things. I'm just gonna change my weights up a little bit and add a little bit on for our last chunk here. So if you guys wanna do the same, now's your chance. guys, let's get after it. Here is our 5-second warning. You've got in and out bicep curls first. 2, 1, there we go. So up, turn it out, and curl. Good. Keep your chest up tall. One thing you can do with your feet is stagger your stance a little bit so that you're not wiggling around anywhere. Abs are on, back is working to keep your chest up. Okay, give it a good squeeze. Every time you get to the top, think about pumping that blood into the muscle. Good, last little chunk here. In, keep those elbows glued to the front. Don't get lazy. It's an easy movement compared to everything else we did today, so there's no excuses. Let's get one more. Good job. All right, going into those laying tricep extensions. 9 seconds. 5-second warning, guys. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Down and press. Do not forget about those abs. If it helps, you can lift your knees up or your feet up to kind of remind you to keep them on. Down to the ears, squeeze up. Make sure you're keeping those elbows close, especially at the bottom. That is when things get tricky. Press it, drop it, and press it. Almost there. We're just coming up on 10 seconds, guys. Hang in there. Give it a good squeeze. The burn should be real. Here comes Frank. Slowly but surely. One more. Done. Good job. All right. Delt raises. Yeah, front and side. Hi, buddy. All right. 3-second warning. Here we go. Front and side. When you do your side raises, you can angle your thumb down a little bit. You're gonna feel things a little bit differently that way. So experiment with that. Do not let momentum take over here. All right, you're just thinking about that string coming out of the front of your whatever those things are, shoulders, and the sides of your shoulders. Nice and controlled. Try not to let the dumbbells swing you around. So use your glutes and your abs to anchor you, all right? Last little bit, we got 8 seconds. There is a furry little foot on my foot. Good, one more, and done, good job. All right, plank sags or hip scoops. Hey buddy, you come here. All right, 3-second warning, guys. Here we go. So let it sag, scoop it up and in. Sag, scoop and crunch. So your glutes are not doing anything for a change. We're really forcing that area in your abs, belly button and below to do the work. Stretch it, compress it. Water out, water in. If you feel like you've got that happening, you can up it a little bit. Once you pull it in, take that extra second to really drive your belly button back into your spine. Pull that middle part right in. Last little bit, guys. 7 seconds. 5, 3, 2, done. Good job. All right. You guys have time for like a 10-second sip of water. We're finishing up our last round through that circuit, and you guys are done. So if you made it this far, awesome job. And thanks for doing it with me. It always helps me to know that you guys are there doing it too, because I'm human, and even though I like working out, sometimes I don't feel like it. All right, let's do it. 5-second warning, in and out bicep curls. Last one, guys. Time to crush it. Here we go. In and out. In your mind, imagine what you're trying to accomplish. Where are you trying to feel it? Trying to feel it in the fronts of your arms. Okay, so focus on those guys. Imagine all the little fibers in there. Every time you pull those dumbbells up, they are contracting. You're pumping blood into them. Get them to work. It is so true that energy flows where your attention goes. So really think about what you're doing. And that is how we train your body to pick up really good motor patterns instead of crappy ones. All right, so we could easily be ingraining the habit of crappy curls right now, but that's not our MO. All right, get ready for your leg tricep extensions. 6-second warning. 3, 2, 1, here we go. So I have just lifted my feet off just to get a little bit more work happening through my abs, but even if your feet are on the ground, you should be feeling them on. So that's the no space between your lower back and the floor. Good. Drop them, press them up. All that work is happening through the backs of your arms. Mine are burning, holy moly. Anyone else? Squeeze it. Squeeze. Almost there, guys. Last little chunk. 2, 1, down. Oh, those are starting to get ugly on my end. All right, delt raises. Second last one. 5-second warning. So set those shoulders, get your glutes on, ribs down. Here we go. Front, side, focus. You are going for quality. All right. This is one of the reasons at the garage, aka Vampire Fitness headquarters, we don't have that many mirrors in there. There's a few, but mostly there is just nothing for you to look at. So you focus on what you feel, and that just teaches you how to survive when your trainer is not there. It's also great because there's no distractions. You're not worrying about what you look like. You're just worrying about the quality of your movement. 3 seconds to go. 2, let's get one more. Boom, good job. All right, plank legs. 8 seconds warning, guys. All right, hit the deck, elbows down. Here we go. Pull up and in, and relax. Belly button and down. Good. Tip the water out, pull it back in. You can even think about trying to pull your elbows and your knees towards each other. Just really compressing the space between ribs and hips. Good, almost there. We've got just over 10 seconds, guys. Hang in there. If you're not feeling this like crazy, that just means you have a little bit more practice to do with strengthening your abs and figuring out how to engage them, but you'll know when you feel it. Let's get one more. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, and rest. Good job, you guys. All right, now where's everybody at? Scale of 1 to 10. Go ahead and throw it in the comments so I know how hard you were working or slacking, but I know you guys weren't slacking. All right, what do we got? Bolty, where you at? Haley, 1 to 10, where you at? Rosie, you guys get a nice bicep pump after that? Feeling strong? 9, nice, Ashley, good job. Well done, you guys. Okay, so we're gonna start our stretch. So make space if you need. My arms are on fire right now, so Alice and 8.5, nice. I think we're just gonna start with that because I'm selfish and I just want to get a nice stretch into there. So we're gonna get after our shoulders first. So I'm pulling this guy across, Bolty, 8, good job. And at the same time as I'm pulling across and trying to get the stretch in through here, I'm also kind of angling this elbow down, and that's just gonna add another dimension to that stretch. That feels awesome right now. All right, so we do this at the end of every workout, guys. I want you guys to think about what your biggest win was from today, all right? So we're always trying to reflect. We know what's hard, like we know what we need to work on. We're women and we're like, you know, ambitious women. So we're always thinking about what we need to improve on. That's not what I'm worried about. I want you guys to find the proof of what you did improve on, where you pushed hard, where you pushed past what you thought you could do, where you did something that was new or scary, or where you showed up when you didn't feel like it. All of those things are wins, and we need to start building that like portfolio of proof that we can and that we do. And then when we're really pushed up against something tough, then we know we have all this evidence. All right, so think about what your win is from today. And I would love to know it. It always makes me happy to see what you guys say, but you don't have to share it if you don't feel like it. But go ahead and throw that in the comments. Elbows up. When you're doing this one, take this finger and drive it straight down the middle of your back. That's gonna keep your alignment where it needs to be and up the stretch a little bit. And then the other thing you can do is, so this hand is pulling the elbow back, but I'm gonna take this elbow and push it against my hand. And that's gonna intensify the stretch for you a little bit as well. Ah, that was good. I needed that. All right, go ahead and switch sides. I don't see anyone talking about what their wins were. I'm assuming it's because your arms are behind your back, so we'll give you a breather on that for a minute, but I'm coming back to it. So you can use this time to think. Okay, so we're gonna hit the deck for child's pose. Here we can get after a whole bunch of things in one movement. So whatever stance you want with your knees, you're gonna feel things differently if they're closer, if they're wider apart. I like a wider one because my hips are tight, so I can get a hip stretch at the same time. It's totally up to you. Arms are out in front of you, and you're gonna start with your thumbs up today. Okay, so palms are flat like so, thumbs are up to the sky. And then what I want you guys to do is think about taking this side of your shoulders or your armpit and trying to press it into the ground. And you can hold it as long as you need to on each side, but thumbs are staying up. Okay, so this is starting to get those lat muscles that we use. Those guys were on a lot today, like all of the movements that we did when we had the dumbbells up at our shoulders or gluing them in for like deadlifts and rows. The lats were all involved for that stuff. Okay, now you're gonna turn your hands and palms are flat on the floor. I want you to try to get your armpits to touch the ground. If you feel any discomfort in your shoulders, ease out of that. That's really important, okay, for shoulder safety. So don't push past anything that's super uncomfortable. But we're just trying to open the chest a little bit now. All of those push-ups that we did. Good, a couple more seconds here, guys. So move around, find where you need it. Pay attention to your body. How's it feeling today in stretch versus how it felt after booty call on Monday when we did this versus Sunday mobility, all those things. Pay attention to the differences that you notice and then try to reverse engineer what was going on. Were you in front of the computer more today? Did you sleep weird? Have you been more inactive? What is leading up to the way your body feels today? And if it's a good thing, how can you replicate it? If you feel kind of crappy, figure out what was going on and how you can mitigate it moving forward. All right, threading the needle. So take one hand, tuck it under in that child's pose. You're gonna keep your hands facing down here. That just intensifies the shoulder stretch a little bit. And now we're getting into the back of that shoulder that we worked and kind of into that meaty part of your mid-back by the bra strap that also got hammered today. Couple seconds here. Good. Okay, and go ahead and switch sides. Oh, this feels awesome right now. I could probably just stay here for the rest of the night, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, we're gonna do a laying quad stretch. So you guys have probably done this standing before. Now here's a different version of this. So have a lay down on your tummy, one arm straight ahead. You're gonna grab the opposite leg or foot and pull that heel into your butt cheek. And then try to drive both hip bones into the floor. And you're tucking this butt cheek underneath. That is gonna intensify the stretch, so you should feel it right in through here. Whoops. Good. So remember, stretching, comfortably uncomfortable, never painful. If you feel pain, ease out of that. We're not trying to do that to the body. This is all about loving our bodies and basically taking them for a walk. We're not trying to do anything harmful to them, so listen. If it's pain, back out. All right, shake it out, switch sides. If you have a tight, stiff neck at all, You can kind of use your foot to pull your shoulder away from your ear as well and lengthen that neck out. But make sure you're keeping your back butt cheek tucked right in. All right, slowly come to standing. Once we've had heart rates up and we lay down for a little bit and we come to a stand, that's when people can get dizzy and kind of pass out or not feel so great. So it's important for us to come up slowly. So take a second. If you feel lightheaded at all, take your time, and when you're ready, you can join us in a standing position. Feet a little bit wider than hip width, and hands are gonna go flat on the floor, as flat as you can get them to go. And you're just gonna relax. So we wanna feel the stretch into the backs of your legs right now. So just chill. Good. Try to pull your ribs down into your thighs. And there's really nothing to look at right now, guys. So just relax. Just let your neck go. You don't need to look at me. Just relax. Nice deep breaths. Those nice deep belly breaths. All right, I want you to walk your hands over to the side that feels tighter and just kind of pull your torso towards that leg or that foot. And we're just gonna hold here for a couple seconds. Good. Okay, and then over to the other side. All right, now just limp. And when you're ready, you can slowly roll up. Give everything a nice shake. All right, well done. Thank you so much for joining me. Before you take off, I want to know what your win was, so throw it in the comments. And if you have any questions, you guys know where to find me. We've got HIIT on Friday night, which is always awesome after it's done, and mobility on Sunday. So hopefully I'll see some more of you guys there. Throw your stuff in the comments. What are your wins? And I will talk to you guys soon. Have a good night.